Hello everyone, welcome to session 4 of Pokemon Mystery Dungeons and Dragon Types. I'm Pickled, Dill, your Dungeon Master, and with me I have Ace the Wind Rider playing.
Vim, the unstoppable bug!
I have Plus playing.
The bad luck variant Meow, who's apparently possessed now. I'm possessed.
And Storybuster playing.
I'm playing Cadit, the Charcadet, and I've just watched someone die.
You have indeed.
But before we go any further, I do just want to say something to you, Pickle. I do apologise for the last session on behalf of all of us.
I appreciate that.
There was an instant.
The technical difficulties were tremendous. They were tremendous, but you know what? We got past them, and this is why we're experimenting on this one with the pre-recorded session. Which this one might end up being both. Like this recording might end up being session 4 and 5, or like 4 or 5, however Pickle cuts it. So
just because we had technical difficulties, we're trying to make lighthearted of our difficulties, but props to Pickle for being like a champ, rolling with everything we throw at him. Pickle is a really, really awesome DM. Pick'em really is.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Props to Pickle for fighting, missing No and us. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Beating us all effortlessly.
Speaking of fighting you, Buster, why don't you tell us what has happened these last couple of sessions for those who've missed it?
So, for those of you who have missed it, in these last couple of sessions, we have, in the last session, most importantly, in the last part of Mystery Dungeons and Dragon Types, we found ourselves in the Bummer Zone and managing to escape. After some trial and error of climbing a cliff, and some of us almost knocking others down it, we entered an arena to play some volleyball. In said which, we took a Diglett hostage, we knocked out a Diglett, and we scared the other two half to death, before entering the arena of the boss of this so-called party, in which we spoke to him, trying to befriend him, before brutally murdering him. And that is where we will be joining our session today.
Thank you. Yes, that is where we'll be joining it. As said, who has just entered Mob's mind, utters some rather interesting words. Whoa. It's crowded in here, dude.
There's no way that I'm not hearing this voice. Why wouldn't my organs are inside my body? Why wouldn't it be crowded in here? What?
Those don't look like organs, dude. Those look like shadowy dudes. Like Kimasabe's just.
Didn't we talk about those dudes?
Dudes, yeah, dudes. Like big dudes, little dudes. I don't even know what type of dude that is. But yeah, dude, like you ain't alone here. Like you're like a party, I'm vibing with it,
Alone in
so bad.
I'm not alone in where are you? Are you in the sand? Did you become the cavern again or something like that? What's that? Oh god, no.
Nah,
are
dude,
you in
dude,
did you like
soul? I'm in
my
your
soul,
dude. We're soulmates, dude. We're you and me, bro. Soulmates.
I didn't consent to this.
Well, dude, sometimes destiny.
This is an unwelcome penetration. I didn't consent to this.
Do we?
Sorry, dude, that's just fate.
Do we see this happening? Like, do we see any of this?
I imagine for now, Mob would be speaking out loud, and then he would hear Vim say this, or he would recognize either that the other two party members are getting antsy at this point, and he would probably all right, let's see if this is real, and then he would kind of try and think to himself and see if that still, So
what are we seeing right now, Pickle? As
you're just seeing Mob just standing there talking to himself, saying, "I don't consent. This is an unwelcome penetration," with no context.
Are you alright, Mob? You're kind of talking to yourself ever so slightly.
Cadet, I'm tired. I'm tired. We got a whole lot of people to get out of the total Bummer Zone, and I got to deal with checkers. Oh.
As said fades away into just a pile of sand, this whole place begins to run like melting ice cream. You think that maybe his force of will was what was keeping these tunnels in place, since There's no guide structures.
Oh no.
And now his will is in mob. So, unfortunately, nothing's holding this place together anymore.
Yeah.
One thing you do see is it looks like there is a path leading out into sunlight. You could abandon everyone in the total bomber zone and save yourselves, or you could run back through a collapsing dungeon to save those left behind. What will you do?
Could we even make it all the way back to the total bummer zone? Like, how far away were we from that?
You were about 3 rooms and then a big slide down. You could maybe make it.
If we were really moving, we could probably get down there by the time it was really coming down. But we got to bet on the dig plan.
It's the pace of an ice cream melting. So far it's just a little bit melty. Most of the structures are still in place. Also, apologies for the sound of an ambulance racing.
No, it's all fine. First responders have to do their work, and their work is very important. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. What if just I'm spitballing here? What if Cadet just kind of like tries to, as we walk, maybe like burn some of the sand into like structures, like pillars, to kind of keep like areas open or something?
That's pretty clever. I'd give you a chance for each of those.
I was also going to say
a bit slower, because you'd be stopping frequently to make guide structures, but if you succeeded, you'd probably be able to maintain enough structural integrity that you could then return the way you came. As in, return back here with the others.
Try and help out Vim with this. I think maybe we should split up and I'll go get the others. I'm real fast if I'm using one of my egg moves, and then I can bring them back and you guys can have at least sustained us some kind of exit. And hopefully, maybe I can find those Diglett, and Checkers will have started figuring out dig, and maybe I can use this little shovel here and I can get us through this.
Right, I was going to say...
Vim, a thought occurs to you as well. Wet sand clumps.
Yeah.
Do with that as you will.
My brain did think that, but what does Cadet think about this?
I was going to suggest the same thing. If you two want to rush off ahead, I will try to maintain just some structure.
Well, it would clump. My point with you guys working together is it's kind of like in Pokemon, how they'd be like, you guys, work usually that way as well. But like, if it's clumping, it's going to make the glass denser, which would make it harder for it to collapse.
All right, I guess this is down to you and me then.
Okay, well, just spitballing on this, but we have to go down that hole again, right? Do we have to fall down that?
There was
down the big slope.
Yeah, there was the big slope. There was the cylinder sand room. Those are the two puzzles, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. There was also the volleyball room.
Yeah, that's just running through a room though, honestly.
Okay, I have an idea. So let's do that. So Vim's like Vim speedy, Vim go, Vim wet, and just starts running in circles, just just ready.
Okay, Vim, I'm gonna call that. What would that even be? Nature check. Let's call that a nature check from you.
Okay. Let me see.
Because water's a natural element.
Water is a natural element, and a nature, I have a +3 to my nature.
Nice.
Okay, so we're looking at a, let's see, 13 plus 16?
16? Yep,
yeah.
You are able to stop the decline of this room. It will still collapse, but you have basically doubled the time.
Okay, sweet. So, and just Vim just kind of jump up and then just make a little splash of water.
Yeah, I imagine he's effectively using waterfall and riding along the wall.
Yeah, pretty much. He has zoomies. He just has zoomies.
He's got zoomies.
He's got water
big zoomies. He's gonna save the world with zoomies.
Love it.
Him save the world with zoomies.
Okay, so if Cadet tries to, sorry to ask for you, Buster. If Cadet tries to solidify, burn this room, the glass or the sand in this room, even though it's wet now, would that double the capacity to hold it off and kind of buy us even more time, or
if he then tries to make glass, it'll make even more time. Currently this room has had its rate of collapse halved. If Kata did it, it would then be quintupled.
Okay.
And that would stack, so it would...
I think that's fully worth it in Mob braving the elements of going back, like even like with it collapsing right now to get everybody.
Yeah, well,
there are so many ground types that way.
Well, what if instead of trying to make this room like quintupled strength, if we go to the next room and Vim misses, then Cadet can go behind Vim and try to do his solidifying. So it's like,
oh, okay, that could work. My plan was just like we just keep this route solid, so we can at least get everybody out the place. And like it's going to collapse no matter what. We can't save it. So I mean,
yeah, but if we at least extend it, we don't have to rush as fast. We just have to the rooms we can save. It's basically giving us 2 chances to save a room each time we go into it.
Fair. Either way, I was probably because
I think it's a good plan.
Now, either or.
Yeah,
and I have the thing, and I haven't gotten to use it. So
okay, well,
I was gonna
Mob can dash ahead.
You go, Pickle. You go. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say an option is Mob could try and dash ahead because if you're stopping to try and save each room, you will be slower. So yes, you would struggle to reach the final room by the time
it's coming down. Yeah.
Every room. So
I guess it
might be smarter for Mob to race ahead while you guys try and save as many rooms as you can.
Yeah, what I was going to say is let's break into 3 littler groups. You've slowed this room down now, Vim. I will confirm it and make it pretty much like it's not. If we how long did you say I would gain it if I turned it into glass in here?
An additional quintuple, so basically it would become.
Mob makes the run to the hostages, starts bringing them back. You head a room ahead of me. Start doing that one. When I've finished in this room, I'll join along. We make a little train system.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
And then,
Smart plan.
I was gonna say, guys, I guess we're pretty much just gonna raw dog this escape.
We are raw dogging this escape. We're each raw dogging the escape in our own ways. But we have now after last time talking we should listen to each other more. We're doing it the right way now. So we've made this conduction line. So yeah, when that happens, Mob is gonna drop to all fours. And I know this isn't combat. However, I feel like it's still a dangerous situation. So can we let him proc feline agility?
I will let you use your new move, agility.
I was gonna argue that agility should have been in the egg moves, his one luck of the draw thing, whereas most of his siblings probably would have had something like this and other stuff, but it's up to you.
Okay. I'd probably just call this agility. You could call it extreme speed if you wanted.
We'll take and it doubles his movement speed for a turn as long as he makes 0. It won't double it next turn, but he can't if he doesn't move at all in one of his turns. He regains it, so that'll let him move 120 feet.
We ready to run?
Yeah. You're
ready to run.
Yeah,
we're running.
Okay,
I'll get ahead of you guys.
Okay, Mob. With 120 feet, you are able to get to the volleyball room. You pass through the corridor. You pass through the riddle room, which does not activate, either because you've already solved it or because Seth's there. Yeah.
Or maybe because he's with me at it.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
I'm glad he's not talking right. Oh god, he is.
I was saying, he's going, yes. Whoa, dude, that's so fast. It's a head trip. Whoa.
Hey, you can't hold this up anymore through me or something like that. If you're really in here, you can't give me some power or something like that, please. Pay rent.
Sorry, dude. Unfortunately, I'm not touching sand. I'm touching your feelings.
Oh my god, I'm going to get everyone out south and make sure I come back in. All right, let's go. Oh wait, is the Voltorb and the Diglett that was knocked out, are any of them here?
The Diglett is not. She has been taken, but Alphonse the Voltorb is here, yes. He's just sitting there, just minding his own business.
Can I pull a nail in on Namek Saga and call him Alphonse and say you gotta get out of here?
Sure, you can know his name because you have some of Sed's knowledge.
Alphonse, get out of here! Please, listen to me.
No.
Roll out.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for you, actually. Roll persuasion.
Nah. Actually, let him die. No.
Now roll persuasion. I can give you a chance to save him.
It's +5. That's a crit fail.
No, I'm actually. Yeah, you get nah.
I was gonna
Actually,
say,
he gets
what if-
mad. How the hell do you know my name? He tries to use Spark on you. Roll
Dang.
dexterity. Roll a dex check.
A
Do a
dex.
dex saving throw, technically.
That is just rolling a d20, right? And then adding the dex.
Yeah,
save.
dex
Okay,
modifier, yeah.
Well, you'll have proficiency in it as well as a rogue, so it'll be
Yeah,
whatever
so it'll be a
whatever.
higher number than a straight
Dude.
dex.
Do a flip.
Well, the roll itself is a 16. My proficiency bonus is a 2. My dex is 4.
Yep.
But am I good? Please.
Cool, you take 1 point of damage as electricity fills the room.
Okay, that takes me down to 19. I'm not wasting any time.
But you are able to pass through unimpeded. Meanwhile, who is in the front of the... as in, who is further along? Is it Kedit or is it Vim?
Vim only has 30 speed.
You solidified the Sid's room.
If he tries to fight you guys, I am turning right back around.
So you head to the room ahead, waterfall it, and I will glass this room up, and that should buy us plenty of time.
Vim goes to the next room.
Then, Vim, you're in the corridor leading between here and the riddle room. You would like to use waterfall again?
Is the corridor as important?
Well, if it collapses, you can't get back into the room that you went.
no. Oh wait, no. I just that probably should account for that. Okay, no, sorry.
Okay, well, I guess, because, if we collapse the riddle room, I'm trying to think of what's the best course of action to take to solidify everything, but if this is as far as I can go, I guess I might as well waterfall the room.
Cool, roll your nature check again.
What do I have to roll?
That would be nature.
Okay,
So that would
nature. So that is a 12.
12?
Yes.
Yep, that is enough. You're able to
Oh.
solidify this room. It's not quite as good because you're doing a longer surface here, so by the time you run along the roof, it's starting to dry a little when you get the wall and the floor as well. So it takes you a little longer. It's not quite as good, but you do still stabilize it, so it's not falling as quickly.
Vim's just kind of like in inspecting a little bit, like it's shoddy, and just keeps going.
Get it. You're up.
Okay.
Are you going to do your own nature check to try and solidify the glass in this room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yay. I'm good at these as well.
Nice.
14.
Yep, that is enough. It is... You don't glass everything, unfortunately. It's not like you're doing a beautiful, perfect ice replica.
I just
But
kind
it's
of
more
want
like
most of the roof.
you keep
and
the
stuff.
roof. You keep the roof up and 2 of the walls up, so
Good enough.
the door won't collapse, and you will be able to get to the exit hole in the roof.
I will
But
just kind
you
of.
may, yeah, if you stay here, you might be wading through sand to get out because one of the walls is still collapsing.
I'm going to stick in this room then. I'm not moving. I'm going to stick in this room to try and finish up next turn.
I really can't tell if it's worth negotiating with Alphonse to convince him hey, Sed's inside me. You really should get out of here. The place is coming down, and or
We'll have to come back out.
I don't want him becoming an issue when you guys get in here because he's an electric type, so we can really fuck with him up. Honestly,
I got ground type moves too.
Oh,
say again, Buster.
I got ground type moves. Oh, I say Buster. Sorry.
yeah. You pass him on the way back with a gaggle of army. They might be tired, but it'll be back up if he tries something.
True, yeah. If he tries something, do not engage him. That would just be my thing. I don't have time for it. Just leave. Like that room be the cutoff point of the. If we don't make it there, we'll have to dig out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The only other reason I was going to say if I do that, I could also rest for 0 movement for a turn and then dash again for 120 feet. That would be the only other reason I could do it or should do it. But if I don't, I'll just dash for another 60.
Cool. You reach the top of the slope, Mob. You have a choice. Okay.
Yeah.
You've got cunning action now, right?
I do.
So you can dash with your bonus action and your action. So you'll be able
Pickle,
to go.
that's true. I win at 240 if I did that.
Sorry,
Okay,
just
in that case,
just
yeah, I
bring it
don't
on.
think of that.
Yeah, I don't even
Okay.
interact with Alphonse. I'm moving too fast.
Okay, you gotta do it
Sure,
next turn.
you make down to the total bomb zone with your extreme speed. You're the Flash. You're Sonic. Pew!
That's so cool.
You probably don't feel super good straight after. You're like, I need a moment to catch my breath. Moves are stupid. But you
Egg moves.
are
Oh,
you are
God.
down in the total bomber zone. In fact,
Seconds.
highs
Seconds,
or lows.
I'm going
Highs or
lows.
lows, Mob.
I don't feel too good. I'm
Lows?
going lows.
Mob, hilariously, the friction you created with how fast you were going made a little glass trail.
Oh,
Guess I'm learning from
It's not enough. It's not enough to keep up like anything, but it is technically, if you get buried, you have breadcrumbs.
Is it also okay? Cool. I was about to say, is it also like a bit of a if it was like a bridge, we like put it down and people just climb up over the little slope over the like first wall? But if not,
yes, it is. Like it's smooth, okay. So it's not exactly got footholds, but it will make the check easier for these starving, dying people.
Damn, maybe I should make that extreme speed. Jesus. All right. Checkers, I know you said don't come back, but we ain't got a choice. But the place is coming down. We gotta get everybody out who can get out. We gotta go now. Do not argue, please. Get up. I learned a bit of dig. I can teach you dig. Please, just come on, please.
Neurotic cat is all he grumbles as he starts gesturing the people to follow you.
Okay, I am leading. I'm not like running at full speed anymore because I can't even do that until I take a break.
Yes. Checkers is very much making sure that he is the last one out. He is, trying to encourage the sick and wounded to go ahead and help each other.
Okay. I can't be next to Checkers and lead everybody. Okay.
That's right. You have to either lead everyone or you have to trust Checkers will bring up the rear.
Mob is going to kind of clutch the spade of set a bit and say you're going to pay rent one way or another, and he's going to trust in Checkers and lead.
And so, cutting back to Vim, you have made it into the riddle room, which unfortunately, because it is designed to collapse, is in a significantly worse state than any way you've seen. You'll need to do a pretty difficult check to keep this one stable.
Okay.
You ready?
We are stronger now, right?
Yes. You actually have two choices with this one. You could try and stop it collapsing, or you could try and clear away what has already fallen.
So you say that it would be difficult. Like, can I use my danger sense?
I guess you are in danger now of being crushed to death, so sure, I'll allow it.
It gives me advantage on dexterity throws.
Nature isn't a dex throw, though, is it?
Okay, nature. Okay.
Oh, yeah, it draws from wisdom, I think. Right?
Yeah, nature draws from my intelligence, which somehow Vim has better nature than anything. Okay, so what am I rolling?
Nature, if you want to try and stop more from collapsing, or you can roll an attack roll against the sand that's already fallen to try and clear it away. Because remember, a chunk fell on you guys while you were being timed for the riddle.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I rolled an 18. That's not adding my nature, so that'd be a 20. Or, no, sorry, 21.
Okay, so I guess you are trying to stop it from collapsing?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you do a good job.
Yes.
Yes, this will still be difficult terrain to pass through, because it's basically up to your head, the sand that has already fallen. But more sand will not fall for a while.
Them just running in circle.
You have secured this room for now. And Kedit, what are you going to do?
The said room is still flooding with sand, right?
It is, only from one wall, though.
Is it fast? Is it filling the room at a rate where I don't believe Mob and the others could make it back in time?
No, because Vim already wet it. It's okay. Like, it is... So, like, it will be difficult terrain by the time they get back, but it will not block the door or anything.
Okay, I'll head down to the hallway that Vim had done on his previous turn, and I'll start glassifying that as much as
Okay.
I can.
You know what to do.
A nature check. 17.
Yep. You do a pretty good job. You run just. I imagine your arms are out. Fire is coming from the top of your head, from your arms.
Anywhere
And you're
I
just
can get out.
sealing it all up. You find yourself with Vim in the now nicely fixed, mud room, in the riddle room. You're pretty impressed with the good job he did, securing that. Also because you probably could have done that when the riddles were happening.
I was gonna suggest to do that, but we kind of solved it. So
Sand.
Okay.
Sand.
And sand. And now, back to a mob. Are you're gonna try and lead your people up through the slope? You can either choose one of two things. You can either do the check and then they will do the check collectively, and you'll be judged separately, or you can you can do the help action to them, and you will all be judged collectively. You will either succeed or fail together.
Based on my roll?
Based
on
on
their roll?
My roll. Really based on my
based
roll
on
with
their
you
roll.
doing the help action.
I feel like Mob would take the help action.
Okay.
That would also allow him to drop back with checkers, I assume.
If you wished, yeah. Okay. So, they start to make it using your, extreme speed pole. They start climbing up, but they're having a hard time. Some of the weaker ones start to fall and have to start again.
Yeah, Mob is
And
helping
not
up
yet.
anybody who falls. If there's like in this room where nobody has been around to help collect the sand or like condense it, if he has to, if there's like any falling towards him, he's gonna go ahead and reveal his other egg move and use hidden power air cutter and try and stop that from proceeding, like stopping anybody from climbing up. Just anything he can do to help everybody up, he's doing it.
Okay. But they've made it to the halfway point, but not the whole way point.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately, as the total bummer zone in this area were the furthest point from said, they were the extremities that lost blood the fastest, so to speak.
Yeah.
So they're collapsing far quicker. You think that if you don't get everyone out of this particular room in the next attempt, you will be buried.
That seems about right. Seem about right, Seth?
Okay. Yeah, dude, probably.
Okay. Thank you. You're probably the expert on that. I kind of need you right now.
Not really, dude. Like, as in, I don't really come here. It's kind of lame.
You really can't stop this at all, please.
Well,
I know you can't. You don't, but you can't. Wait.
and I suppose
what?
if you were to die, theoretically, I might be able to reconstitute some sand, and when your body decays, dust to dust, all that sort of stuff, and then I might become sand again. Yeah, so could do that. That'd speed things up. He's not being malicious. He just literally.
I wonder if there's a way to speed that up so it wouldn't. You could get everybody out of the collapse if need. Don't worry about it. Wait, I ain't letting nobody die. I already said that.
I have a thought, but I'm not going to say it because that would overcomplicate this.
Okay. Cutting back to you, Vim. You gonna do the next corridor?
So it's going to be a corridor then?
Another corridor in the volleyball room.
Is this the Machamp corridor? The dead Machamp corridor?
Yes, this is the dead Machamp corridor. Yeah, the dead Machamp's still there.
Or is this your urges, Film?
I'm thinking like, how can we get there faster? What can we do?
I'm looking at everything I've got.
Because I'm thinking, is it possible for Mob to flash his way over to Vim and scoop up Vim and then bring him there faster?
Not impossible. Well,
unfortunately, if you were to do
impossible.
That,
well, hold on.
Impossible now.
Yeah,
Like, as in, technically,
hold on. I didn't take any movement when I did the help action there, so technically I have my agility back. But yeah, I think it's.
You had to move into the next room.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, pal. Doesn't quite count.
Okay. I'd say, is there any way to skip through the corridor and try getting towards the volleyball room sooner?
Yeah, you could ignore the corridor and just trust that it will stay up by the time you get back, which it could. You
and Cadet's right
let's
behind me
actually
too.
roll-
Yeah, you could just
just skip.
yell
I'll
like
do the corridor. I'll do the corridor.
Fire not quick enough. You gotta run. That's what I imagine Vim would say.
Let me
It
see.
does sound very Vim.
Okay, what would I have to do? Do I roll something first?
If you want to just skip it, you can, as in you can just trust the corridor will survive long enough for Cadet to get there.
Okay, Vim is going to just kind of run through the corridor, kind of like stop for a second, like he's gonna look up, look at the walls, and just kind of like when whenever a cat's like staring up, just kind of like he thinks is okay, and he like runs a few feet forward, and he looks down and sees the rest of the Machamp carcass, and he's like, at least kind of thinking for a second, and then just starts running again.
Vim.
And then he goes to the
Terrifying
volleyball room.
Carinator. Okay, you're in the volleyball room. This is a big room, quite large. And it's in a decent state of collapse by now. And do your nature check. Oh, also Alphonse is here. Alphonse is just looking at you kind of balefully.
Kind of what?
Balefully, just like, oh, you're here again.
Let's see. I'm trying to think how
I think
Vim
he might not
react to
be
this.
super happy if he gets sprayed with water.
Also, I'm gonna take that 1 damage he put on me, y'all, because since I dashed by him, just noting it.
Yeah, you can.
So,
if you didn't interact with him, yeah, you can remove that 1 damage.
Vim is going to look at him and say, Vim is going to look at him and say, bug no die today. And then, like, kind of like in place, Vim is kind of like digging all of his little feet into the ground, kind of like, you know, like a dog, kind of like getting ready to like dig or something, like kind of, and then just like digging his feet in as he's ready to like. I'm doing my nature check right now.
Okay, you're doing your nature check because you're going to do a big spray.
Or at least as big as I can get. Like, can I get at least the corridor of the previous room I was in, or can I get like the entryway to the previous room?
I'll let you roll.
Come on. This dice is suddenly being very troublesome. Like it's bouncing everywhere. I can't see it. Oh,
Well,
that's a nat
yes.
20.
Okay, yes, I'm going to say...
Right when we needed it.
You can choose to either spray this room and to the corridor behind you, or this room and the corridor in front of you that connects directly to the slope.
Okay, I'm going for the corridor over the slope because I assume Vim notices that it's collapsing faster.
Oh yeah, it is collapsing fast. You can't see down into how bad it is at the bottom of the slope, but you can see sand is definitely falling. Okay,
Vim
yes,
is
you
riding-
secure... Yeah. You just
The
do a
water
big
over there.
watery splooge. Just... yeah, you just... Yeah, completely soak it.
I also want to make a note. I wasn't rolling to get a d20. I literally kept dropping the dice on the floor and everywhere. That was a natural 20.
It's all good. I trust you. And so, yes, you coat this. Unfortunately, in doing that, you do piss off Alphonse. That is a problem for next turn. Edit, you're up. You see that this corridor is starting to collapse. It is not in a great state right now because Vim didn't wet it.
God damn it, Vin. And I'll just start erupting in flames. And hold it.
I think it's the first time Cadet just got outwardly mad.
It's just like, I imagine he's like, God damn it.
We just made the plan.
Didn't get mad, when he ate that Machamp, but ignoring a corridor, that pisses off Cadet.
He didn't get mad when he realized he was made like a human trafficker a body part, like a severed body part, and like put inside a gang warfare. He just panicked. He was
he didn't get mad when he was buried underground and had two water types that had disadvantaged him. But the fact that Vim didn't OCD the corridor wet like they planned, that's what makes him
mad. Vim.
I rolled an 11.
11. Okay, you are. Unfortunately, this isn't a great job. You think that it may hold a little while longer, but it is not the sort of stability you have in the other rooms. If anything, if you're standing here when this collapses, you have just created a big, pane of glass that will drop and crush whatever is below it. You're going to need another attempt if you want to stabilize the walls, or you can just hope no one's standing here when the roof caves in.
God damn it, Cadet. Excuse me, Arceus, damn it, Cadet.
God Diglett.
Is good.
What the fuck are they?
Yeah, they would be so...
And now, Mob, back to you. This is it. You can either choose to do the help action again and all be judged separately, or you can make the go for it yourself. If you do, you will probably be able to survive. There is a chance that a portion of the stragglers will be lost. If you go together and you fail, there is a guarantee that at least one will be lost.
Big thoughts here. Big thoughts.
Mob doesn't like the numbers on either, so he's gonna bet big money. He's gonna help again, and he's still betting on said maybe having some type of way to pay some rent.
Okay, I have good news for you. If you had not helped, they would have failed and all died with how badly they rolled. However, because the help advantage allows for a second roll, that second roll was a 20.
Oh,
no one dies.
Fucking get
Checkers approaches you and slaps you hard. Focus on you, filthy feline. You have the ability to lead them. They trust you. We trust you. Now get them up that goddamn slope. And that's
Jesus. Okay, you didn't have to hit me. I just fought.
That's the ferocity.
To be fair.
Shut up! He snaps at you.
Jesus. I could have left your ass down here.
But together, the two of you start working. He starts pushing him up. You use your feline agility to start lobbing him over the slope.
Yep.
They land in the place Vim wet, meaning it is not collapsing as much. Together, you're able to do it. Things looking bad at the end. Checkers himself has to start running with sand grazing his tail as it collapses. At the last moment, he jumps and reaches for your hand. Are you going to pull him to safety or leave him to die?
You're damn right I'm pulling him to safety.
I had a feeling, and so, with a grunt, you grab him, and the two of you just reach the wet zone as the last bit of the slope caves in.
Hey. Bother. Solved. Hey.
You are reunited with Vim.
Good job, buddy.
Vim, you are reunited with all of the stragglers. They're tired, they're scared, they're malnourished. But they're alive, every single one of them. You did it.
I assume we can proceed out from this point, calmly. For the most.
From here, together, you are able to lead them, thanks to the work of Vim and Cadet in securing the various tunnels. You're able to get everyone out to safety. The only one who does not come is Alphonse. He stays where he is.
I feel like in some other timeline he tried to take a shot at me because I tried to save him. I don't like.
You emerge onto the beach. Everyone is shocked that anyone has ever returned from the total bummer zone. As you emerge into the daylight and it stings your eyes, a cheer rings out
Psst, make
as
it
someone says,
we really ought to milk this for a lot of cash.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Okay.
See dollar bills just in the fire forms into bill signs with cat's eyes.
Also, we say that Pelipper, so we gotta get him to like express your mail.
Oh, I'm getting it for free.
Screw the postal service.
It's about time someone did.
Vim does not recognize government buildings as.
Speaking of Pel the Pelipper, he cheers, "We're free!" as he flies up. And you see that nothing is dragging him down. Shocked, the others start stepping off the beach and into the water. They can do so. They cheer. Family members who were torn apart by the total bummer zone reunite. And it is a happy, happy procession that marches its way back to Old Shore Wharf. None of your feet touch the ground for the entire day walk, as you are hoisted into the air and cheered and chanted as saviors.
Vim is indeed resisting, like it takes him a little while to realize that they're not trying to hurt him.
He's like, I don't want to be eaten.
There are some cheers that go up, you know? Heroes, saviors, fuck said, and of course, bugs never die from those who were in the total bummer zone and heard you say that.
I know that we're recording this, but in the chat, can we just start commenting bugs never die? Just everyone comment bugs never die.
I do want to say the chat is with us in spirit, you know?
Yes.
They're with us in heart and spirit.
They're with us in heart. We'll see you guys in the comments on this one. We miss you.
Yeah, we love you guys.
Yes, finally, you arrive back in Old Shore Wharf, where you are brought to the police station, so that Checkers, as the constable and somewhat informal mayor, can start giving directions for people to get back to their lives, and just to take some time to recover from the collective trauma. What would you like to do?
Chop?
Could you, or Vim, you guys go first. Wait, I do want to ask one quick. Pickle, there was a blonde Diglett sister, a redhead Diglett sister, and a brunette Diglett sister?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to make the redhead a little more like orange-haired.
It's more of an aesthetic thing. Vim wants to... This might seem uncharacteristic. Vim wants to go looking for... It wants to go do a little shopping if possible. Both looking for ingredients, but also just looking and seeing what kind of shops we have. Maybe items or any type of way to learn new techniques.
Well, currently it is nighttime, so the market stalls that line the wharf aren't really open. Think like a classic, like a market or like a carnival at a wharf sort of thing. Where it's like lots of little open-air stalls. Those are the sorts of shops there are here, but they're all unmanned at the moment.
Okay.
You can I'd say by doing an investigation check, you can kind of tell what kind of shops they are if you want.
Okay, I'll do that. I will do that. That was a nat 1, but I get a +1, so Vim just knows their stalls.
Unfortunately, yeah, Vim, you have no clue. You don't know. Maybe you don't even register them as shops. Maybe you're just like, weird wooden structures.
Vim is going to look at like a place that's clearly labeled like shop or food, and Vim's gonna be like, Vim's just like, that can't stop Vim. Vim can't read.
Exactly. Yes, Vim can't read. I think I'm tempted to make that canon now that Vim is illiterate from that one bad roll.
I mean,
the signs here are probably pretty bad too, so it's probably not easy for Vim to read around this place.
I'm gonna say Vim can't read whatever typing this was written in. So normal maybe typing. Vim just can't read. Vim can't read normal typing. He can read other types, but he can't read normal type.
He can read bug type.
He can speak. So a mom can teach him.
He can speak normal type. I mean, he can speak normal type, he can't read it. He
Yeah,
can
no,
speak
I
and
can-
read bug type.
He can speak. He doesn't even speak perfect normal type, so it's actually that makes perfect sense. Actually,
I'm
I mean,
okay with
normal
this.
type's probably his second language.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's doing pretty well for himself. Yes, Vim cannot read normal type.
Vim is a bilingual king.
He is indeed.
And Vim just kind of just walks around, just thinking the same thought. Maybe occasionally, maybe just like headbutting one stall, just like, because they're all written in normal types. Like,
Yes. Is he trying to forcibly rearrange the letters into a language he knows?
make sense.
Oh, Vim. Yes, bugs never die, bugs never raid.
Yes, this is true. There's no light underground.
Except for the burning silver.
Yes. Of course.
Meanwhile, Edit. What would you like to do with your downtime?
I mean, I would like to go see if I can find Checkers.
Oh, you're with him. You're at the police station. He's directing the survivors to get medical care or to return home. And trying to allay some of the collective trauma.
Constable Checkers, correct?
Yes, and I'm sorry, I don't think I caught your name back in the incident.
My name's Cadit.
A pleasure to meet you, even if I don't necessarily agree with your choice of company. And he makes a side glance at Mob.
I'd be careful how you speak about my friend over there. After all, I have some very valuable information for you, which might be of interest. But before I get to any of that, we've just saved this entire town. You seem to be the highest ranking member of authority I've run into.
Yes, I am the de facto leader of this town, yes.
I'm assuming there's going to be some sort of reward here, right? Like, I mean, we did risk our lives for you all, and...
He nods, he comes from a criminal background, he knows quid pro quo. You of course will be, welcome to stay with my wife, and I will tend your wounds, give you a meal, and I will personally pay you as thanks for your efforts. You can tell Ultra Wolf probably doesn't have the municipal funds to afford this, particularly after what they've gone through, so Checkers is choosing to bear this burden himself.
Is there anyone else with me in Checkers, or is it just me in Checkers right now?
Basically, more or less everyone is milling around. This is the rallying point as people break off to go home or reunite with their loved ones, who are, were not taken to the beach.
Right. If I will get as close as I can and whisper as quietly as possible. And if you want to throw in some extra money for me, I can give you some very valuable information about the Cat Scratch Gang and about your boss.
His eyes go wide.
Of course, for a
You're
fee.
talking about... What's your price?
What you're willing to spend. How much does your boss mean to you?
He grits his teeth, because... he's a man of honor, even if he was a criminal, so that pisses him off. Roll persuasion, though, to see. Roll persuasion with disadvantage, because you've annoyed him now.
You were warned about this in session 1.
Good did. What are you doing?
12.
12? How about this? 500 between your group for saving us. An extra 100 each for your 2 pieces of information. Is that amenable?
300 for me. But yeah, everything else will be perfectly fine. And I'll kind of pat him on the back and say, I'll meet you back at your place. I'm assuming Marb will know the way. And I'll go catch up with Marb wherever he is.
Actually, yes. All 3 of you know the way, because remember the hidden, information you found on the letter with fire.
Oh,
You all know the way.
Okay, yeah. I'll regroup with Mob.
Them can't
I
read.
smell duplicity. Do you smell duplicity?
I smell profit.
Okay. You usually do. That's probably good for all of us.
Vim busts
also
in and it's like Vim does not know how to find the signs or nothing. So he kind of busts in and just says, "Do you know the way?"
Let me actually check, because I had notes about what I wanted to do for. We wanted to rest, so that's been set up. I could do it. It had to go mail his stuff off.
Is the post office open? Oh wait, what? What kind of post service they got here?
Well, Pelipper's been like chilling, really and truly, to be honest with you.
I imagine everybody's going to be closed until tomorrow, so I'm just kind of operating on the
True, yeah, we can do that before we leave in the morning.
Yeah.
So it might just be...
probably go back to Checker's place, meet his wife.
Yeah, we can do. The only other note I had was I want to discuss party level ups, our number of moves, and the scaling of the world. That's it. We can do that as that's flavor text as we're walking around next to the next journey point to check his place.
You
Food on Checker's
place with Checkers.
Yep.
You meet his wife, a large Arcanine woman with a very sweet demeanor. A floral pink apron that hangs kind of amusingly because she's quadrupedal. Like, Checkers! She nuzzles up with him. They have some very canine affection, but it is clear that she is delighted to see him, and he is just as delighted to see her. Then her eyes fall on Mob. And a very sweet creature. It is amazing how much of an Arcanine's predatory, dangerous nature can appear on a Pokemon's face.
Oh, hey there.
You would know her. Her name is Lara. She is a former member of the dog paw gang.
Mob doesn't need to know or to be scared of a massive fire dog there, but Dungeon Master there, the fear is kind of natural.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, I wouldn't give him that much of a stink eye. He is responsible for saving your husband.
She looks over at you and is like,
she probably knows about my...
Yes. She basically gives you the traditional fire-type greeting. Her smile, everything as though she never laid eyes on Mob.
I will give her I'll give her a smile back.
Please come in. You must be hungry. I heard your group coming. You were the ones who saved everyone? Even him? You gonna, gestures at Mob again?
Yeah, even me.
Please, come in. There is very forced politeness to you. And I was like, why not have a meal?
Mob is going to show a lot of great, like traditional, like actual mobs to come into the.
Thank you so much for having me into your nice home. So I really do appreciate it. A mangy low cat like me, I shouldn't even grace the door frame. I really do appreciate you.
You're right, but please come in. He leads you all inside. The house is swelteringly hot. The house is lovely. It is just right temperatures. It feels like home. It maybe only struck you just how cold and awful the rest of this place has been, just by this beautiful homely temperature. Vim, you're kind of in a weird level of discomfort where you're resisting the heat, but the bug in you is don't like too hot. It's just a little bit irritating to you.
You know that
Yeah.
Tina Belcher's
Yes. I love that. Yeah, that is end of there. And Mob, you're probably wishing you didn't have a fur coat right now.
I'm sure Checker's got some way of eat around here, dude. We'll figure something out, fam. Don't worry. Hey, this place is free.
You're all brought to the table where you were served, fire curry. Unfortunately, it is padded out with a fair bit of rice, just because she was cooking for, 2. She didn't expect 5.
She was cooking for 2 and she didn't even know he was getting out today.
Oh, bless her heart.
That is so sad.
She just kept hoping that, her husband would come home one day. She kept prepping in case he did.
Oh, now I feel
If
bad.
you check, that's right. If you check the
I'm glad
bathroom, you'd
we got
see
them
that she,
reunited.
she put out 2 towels, even just in case. And she had to live in hope. Checkers is the strongest Pokemon she knows. She probably even says something to that effect, where she's like, "I always knew you'd come home soon. And you're the strongest Pokemon I know. Thank you all for helping him come back."
You really should have seen him in it. He learned dig and let us all out to safety, and when everything was at its worst, he really got us out of it. It was amazing.
Vim's like, he good bug, strong like bug.
She smiles, like she doesn't know what that means, but she can recognize it's a kind word, so she's like, "Thank you." She then looks at you, Mob, and after a pause says, "I appreciate you putting aside the old blood feud to help him. Perhaps I have been treating you unfairly. I apologize."
Ain't nothing unfair about it, Miss Laura. I'm out of the game now. I'm not going back to it. I'm trying to do some better work like Checkers is. So, he's, as much as we have had our differences before, he's become a bit of a role model.
To get to staying out of the game.
Staying out of the game.
Yes, all 3 of you are defectors of various gangs. I'm going to say, Kat, you can probably gather from context that she is also ex-Dogpaw. Vim, you don't know. It's all not bugs to you.
Vim, just like watching, like blank face, like ha ha ha, and then like his little, I guess I don't know what you call them, like legs. He's kind of like lowers down into his food, just like.
Have Vim and Mob actually. Vim, roll a Constitution check with advantage. Mob, just roll a Constitution check. Kat, you don't have to, because this is Fire Curry. Of course, it's fine for you.
I got a con plus.
I got a 7.
I got a 22.
Vim, you're fine. This is actually quite nice. It's very warming on your insides. Maybe
Vim
fireplace not so bad. Yes.
It's like hot good.
Mob.
Hot good.
Yes. She smiles. Yes, hot is good. And she thinks you're a child. Not in a demeaning way, but just like she actually thinks because you are small and you have a simple vocabulary. She's like, "Oh, you're a kid. That's so cute."
I'm 45 years old, lady.
Exactly.
The idea of Vim's voice just changed.
It's maybe when she goes to rock you.
He's just also from Brooklyn all of a sudden.
Hey, what you doing here? I'm trying to eat my spicy food. You call me a kid? I ain't no kid.
My word.
He's young, but he's not a child.
Mob, you have a bad time. Like, as in, maybe Checkers as, a bit of just your rival is like, you can't have fire curry without a bit of hot sauce, Mob. He falls like a dab into you.
Why would you be this way to me?
A big way for you.
Caroso.
I think Mob in this instance would be like way too exhausted not to be eaten. Very much just taking it across the chin, like yeah, all right. Have your fun.
It burns, like as in, it's very tasty, but at the same time, you need a drink, but unfortunately, water will make it worse. Actually, no, this isn't chili. This is fire, so water will make it better.
I just kind of, without even fighting, I just imagine him just eating it, just taking a, and just going in the corner crying.
There's milk in this household. I might as well give up on that and just enjoy the spice.
Just going and crying.
Yes. After dinner, Lara probably, I don't know, she reads Vim a story. Just
and
Vim, enjoy it.
Vim is illiterate, so every couple of seconds he's asking what that says. It's not helping the child. Okay.
Exactly. She very patiently tries to teach you your ABCs and stuff.
Hey, checkers, I'm
Mob,
honestly not sure if that's appropriate or not. I'll be honest with you, but I'm not gonna pry.
He looks like he's having
Mob.
fun.
Yeah, Mob, you need to go basically lie down somewhere with your tongue in a vat of water.
Yeah, I'll do that.
You are out for the night, and
Catnap time, finally.
yes, Cat. When this is happening, Checkers tugs you aside and gestures for you to follow him round the back.
Before I leave the same room as Laura, I do just want to turn to her. Thank you so much for the meal. It was absolutely amazing, and it reminded me of my mother's cooking just that little bit, and I really appreciate that.
She beams when you say that and says, I'll be sure to pack you a little bit for the road tomorrow.
I appreciate that so much. And I will follow Checkers out after that.
He hands you, a little sack with 300 Poké-Dollars in it. So?
Yeah. So, I was, well, to put things bluntly, from what I've gathered, your boss was killed. Done in dirty.
Yes, Pinky was captured a while back. I feared the worst.
Yeah, from what I've understood, it was likely Grunt. Now, I can't
Grunt, that mangy, metallic-smelling skid mark.
Yeah,
he gets mad.
Yeah, he didn't seem like the greatest company. It seems like he wanted to send you a message. I don't know the details.
What kind of message?
I think it was a warning. I think he was going to tell. I think it was an initiation of war, so to speak. I think he's coming for you. I think there's going to be a big battle coming down here sometime soon.
Good to know. And how do you know that Pinky is gone?
Let me just be upfront with you here. I was hired to deliver an accessory of Pinky's, which I don't think he would be able to live without.
What do you mean? Speak plainly.
A cherry at the top.
He gasps and falls on his ass. What?
Look,
he's snarling like a dog now. Not mad at you, furious at Grunt.
Yeah. But I do just want to let you know. I know you're angry. I can see that on your face. Mob had nothing to do.
I'm more than angry.
Mob had nothing to do with it. He's been the one who helped me get this message to you. So, I just want to make sure that any hardships you have for the brother isn't taken out on him.
I understand. Thank you for clarifying that. He's saying all this through gritted teeth as he's still growling, but he does seem to actually appreciate that point. Grunt.
Just a bit of advice. I think you should strike fair first. Make the first move, so to speak. You won't be expecting a counterattack before the mail's ever delivered.
Good to know. Thank you. That was worth the money.
It's alright.
He's very clearly upset, Yeah, but he does appreciate that information.
Right, well, if that's all, I'll be expecting the rest of our payment soon.
Yes, in the morning.
Brilliant. You're going to have enough to operate, right?
There will be some tough days ahead, but Lara will understand.
I nod my head, and I will just... I'll walk through to whatever facilities I've been placed as our own. And you'll probably get the couch made up. Vim, effectively, you've had a little blanket nest made for you. Some might call it a swaddle. And, yes. A blanket hive, you might even call it. And Mob, there's like a camp bed that's been set up with a bucket for you so that you can, sleep without
lots of sheets and stuff, making you even hotter. Because
And
they're trying to be good hosts.
I have thought of something Bob would probably try and do before the night.
Okay, because the night's about to end, so do tell.
Okay, what's up with Seth? Like I'm sure he would be like thinking, and that might like proc something else, and like the things that Seth had been saying, like it's crowded in here. It's not his organs.
Yeah, Sed's probably just thinking about. He's probably just like now he's probably asleep, but for a while he was kind of thinking, damn, dude. I wonder where the girls went.
Yeah, it would have been nice if they didn't abandon us down there. So you're really in my soul or something, huh?
Hope they're okay, yeah. Hope they're happy. Hope they're having a big groovy party. Yeah.
Big great party.
In your soul. Yeah, dude. In your very being.
It's very big in there. You said it was crowded.
Crowded, yeah. Lots of shadow dudes.
Shadow dudes.
Shadow dudes, yeah. Big, small, like shadows. Like,
Can I ask you how many are in there?
You ever seen a ghastly dude?
Yeah, I know of them vaguely. I've seen them, like drawings of them in sketches and stuff like that. One too many around.
Imagine like a ghastly with no face, and it's the shape of a different Pokemon. It's like 8 of those dudes. Chilling.
You said 8?
Yeah, 8 and me.
8 and you. Okay, yep. That's not foreboding at all.
They're not really chatty, They're not chatty at all, dude. Like, I tried to say, hey, want to go play tic-tac-toe? And, like, the big one that was, like, furthest away, he didn't do nothing. It was like he couldn't even see me. Rude, dude. Like rude dudes in your head.
Mob would be getting creeped out at this point and probably trying to fake as if he's already fallen asleep.
Dude, I can see into your mind, right?
Yeah.
Dude, it doesn't work like that, dude. Like, I can hear you having the thought, sleep so he shuts the fuck up. I
don't know how this works. You're like in my mind, in my soul. My soul is my mind, and it's connected. I don't have any privacy, apparently. I guess I've died. There's like mythology around this with cats, and hearing the number 8 and 9 ain't too happy for me. Okay. Go to bed.
Sorry, dude.
Go to bed, Sid.
Now that I can't sleep, I'm probably just gonna chill. Like, you got Weekend at Burmese in here? I was probably through watching that.
I've seen it. I've seen it before.
Okay, maybe I'll watch the memory of the time you watched it, and that'll be like me watching it. That might be okay, because I was watching that, and you came in and killed me, and that wasn't very righteous, dude.
You know what? Yeah, do that. I actually am a pretty big movie buff. You ever seen The Dogfather?
Yeah, I've seen The Dogfather. I like Dogfather 2 better. Dogfather 2 is way better.
Yes, me too.
Vim thinks it insists upon itself.
It insists upon itself, Lois.
Yeah, so Sed reflects on your memory of the time you watched first Weekend at Burmese, and then The Dogfather, and then Dogfather 2, which carries him through the night, while you actually do sleep. The next morning finally comes, bright and early. You are brought into the town square, which is now vibrant. Many of the businesses are now active, not all of them, some needed some time, but others are now working, now they're not afraid of being taken to the beach. And in a public ceremony, you are each handed a bag of cash, as Checkers thanks you all, and calls you heroes of Old Shore Wharf. You're now free to do what you want.
Before we left his house today, you said I was on the sofa, right?
Yeah, you're on the sofa, yeah.
I'm gonna slide 100 of the gold into the side of it and just kind of leave it there, not saying a word.
Ah, Cadet. That's so nice.
You reminded me of my mom. He was weakened.
his money-hungry nature couldn't survive
A mother,
being reminded of his parents. Yeah, that's always the way with the greedy ones, isn't it?
God damn it.
He may seek treasures, but the truest treasure is his heart of gold.
Yeah.
Yes, the heart he cannot sell. And so, yes, you are now in the town square. Daylight is out. Businesses are operating.
Hey, Checkers, let me ask you something, bud.
Yes. Yeah,
Alright,
yeah.
so
What's up?
me and the boys have been giving up this this plan, and we think we want to try, those that rescue team thing. We don't want to do the private sector thing where you get bought out by somebody and they're pretty much your boss. We want to actually try the old school, what we did there. We actually didn't do too bad there, especially at the end. So we're thinking of starting up a rescue team, and we wanted to know if there were any. I really appreciate that, old buddy. We want to know if there are any nearby guilds that are still, the classic type instead of anybody who's hiring just thugs, pretty much.
Yes, there's. Well, there are 2 guilds that I know that were not crushed during the rise of the hegemony that are nearby. You can either go, and I don't know whether this one would meet your qualifications. It is the Badniks. Lara's cousin is currently working there. They're over on, let me get my note for which island they were on. They're on Crook's Rook. How did I forget that? Crook's Rook Island to the east. You can find them. Or, if you were to take the train north, you could go to Drudigild on Fallen Castle. They're probably more what you're looking for, though they are rather selective with who they let in.
Well, I'm sure the boys ain't gonna work for nobody. Well, I at least don't want to work for else for too long. As long as we got some time to, get situated in a place and get rescue mail from people and, offers for jobs. Maybe we could go out and start our own thing at some point.
I think you do have potential for rescuing. I didn't think I was going to make it out of there. I feared that not everyone down in the Total Bomber Zone would survive, but you defied the odds. Maybe
we can't forget about Will the Machamp.
Yeah, what did he do?
Can't forget about Will the Machamp.
What he did was, you caused a ruckus and he was collateral damage.
No. I mean, what did he do in this little town?
Will, he was a builder.
That makes sense.
Damn, that's probably gonna really hurt the housing around here. It's not too big a place.
Yes. He worked construction.
It's a shame.
He was a good man.
All right, then, boys. We'll have to decide which way we're going: east or to Crook's Rook, or what was it? Castle?
Fallen Castle.
Fallen Castle.
Fallen Castle. I didn't get the name. But I got the old.
We have a map or any way to kind of know the areas.
Also, don't forget your letter.
I wasn't gonna forget.
I was going to say, Mob and Vim, you are both from this region, so you would vaguely know the layout, like the way you would vaguely know your home country IRL, but you wouldn't necessarily know exactly where everything is.
So, do we know at least about the general areas?
Yeah, you know the general areas, like as in, if he said Crook's Rook, you'd be like, oh yeah, that island, or Fallen Castle, you'd be like, oh yeah, that place. You would have heard of them, even if you've maybe never been. Cadet, the question for you is, you're actually from the neighboring region to the west, the Kesho region. Mm-hmm. The question is, when you came here to this region, did you pass through the border, or did you come from Kesho by sea to Hispark Island?
Now, here's my question to you. What would have been the cheapest way to travel?
Yeah.
Cheapest way would have been probably by foot over the border and then walking along the train tracks.
Now that is what I did.
Well, in that case, you have not actually been to the community of Fallen Castle, but you have passed by, effectively, the entrance, and then you walked in the opposite direction down here.
How did it look, just from the distance? Did it look nice?
Our Fallen Castle is an interesting place where it's very strange. It has a bunch of structures that you'd probably call them amphitheaters.
Ooh.
And has lots of little biome zones. But then at the back there is the eponymous Fallen Castle, which looks like it got hit by a bomb.
Right.
Yes, it is a strange place. It has since been established with roads and, lots of little houses. Probably the easiest knowledge I could use in real world is it kind of looks like ancient Rome. Lots of amphitheaters, a palace at the back. Lots of little, markets and stuff.
Okay.
Would we know anything about the other place?
Crook's Rook, you would probably know that anyone who steps foot on Crook's Rook who isn't a criminal will lose their money, their life, or both. It is a dangerous place, but it is a good place to get strong and rich. Because it is survival of the fittest.
Maybe go there.
Hispark is a scum town, but Hispark has the mafia gangs to keep order. Crook's Rook is anarchy, in its literalist sense.
Okay.
It is might makes right anarchy.
I mean, I don't know anything about Crook's Rook. So I'm completely relying on what you two know for that bit.
I know it ain't too much nicer than Hispark. I think there was some kind of thing there where they really like to gamble, which I assume you actually wouldn't really be into, could it?
Oh God, no.
And I mean really like to gamble. I don't think it's a minor thing.
That's Game Town. That's a different.
Oh, okay, I did.
Game Town's on the mainland. Game Town is northeast from here by a good margin.
I mean,
do we have to make a decision right now, or can we still kind of shop around a bit and maybe
we can be
ask
doing
questions?
it while we're shopping.
You can do it as you shop. You could I'm pretty sure that Lara would host you for as long as you wanted if you want to spend another month here.
I just kind of look at you both. I don't think we should be here for too long. I just got a bad feeling that something's gonna go down.
I don't want to stay too close to Hispark for too much longer.
Well, that's what I mean.
I have a question.
Yes?
Is the Whale Lord still here?
Sadly, no. Waylord Boat has left.
Okay.
Yeah. At least he didn't get to the beach.
Let's see, who would know this then? I'm trying to think what kind of person. I'm looking for something. For someone.
Oh. Someone? What are you looking for?
I want to see if there's anyone who's very well traveled, or someone who travels. I guess maybe the post office.
Highs or lows?
Lows.
Lows. Okay, as you're looking around, you bump into a herdier, a herdier, who has, instead of the traditional bushy mustache, he has an immaculate, thinly trimmed mustache. And instead of the scruffy fluff on top of his head, it is slicked back. He has a bow tie on.
I don't know.
And you see that he has one of each of the elemental monkeys behind him, carrying this big, long, shipping crate. Ho ho, old sport. Well, careful the way you walk. You don't want to accidentally bump my goods. That would be rather unfortunate if you had to pay for it. I imagine a chap like you would have to work 1,000 lifetimes. He's trying to be amiable, but he's a bit of a smug dick. It's lightly dusts you off. He thinks he's being nice.
Vim kind of just looks at him and kind of gets in front of him, and he said he had to pay for it, but Vim's gonna just kind of Vim store. You ever wonder where Vim stores his money?
I probably don't want to know, but sure.
Well, you just
I just assume there's like a little, slip in the carapace somewhere.
No, Vim's just gonna like stand in front of him, just look him in the eye, just go, and just like spit out like a wad of cash.
Oh, okay, that makes as much sense.
He picks it up and he's like, "Oh no, Chappie, I think you misunderstood me. I was jokingly saying if you damaged my merchandise, you would have to pay for it. You don't need to pay. He gives it back to you.
Can Vim smell this guy?
Sure, you can smell him. He smells
Vim
like
was
a lot of places. He smells like a traveler, just from the various, like sort of scents he has. Even if he tries to perfume over most of them.
Are any of the scents familiar?
Yeah, you smell you do smell a bit of Marshtown, which is near where you grew up. He hasn't been there for a long time, but you do smell some Marshtown on him.
Vim is thinking, and Vim's like antennas start kind of wildly like above his head, just and
You okay, old sport?
You smell as bugs. You smell of Vim's home.
Oh, where are you from, Chappie? And Vim, is it? Nice to meet you. I am P.T. Hurdum.
No, P.T. Brown.
Vim says, muddy, Vim. I don't think Vim ever knew where he was from. Like I can't imagine Vim with nobody. But Vim's just like muddy.
Yes, Marshtown, yes.
Like he just kind of like agrees.
Roll insight.
Okay. That's a 14.
Oh yeah, you kind of get the vibe that he was not a fan of your home. He's not trying to be disrespectful, but he was just kind of like, it was muddy and I'm a fancy, dandy.
Vim, is there a stick anywhere?
Highs or lows?
Highs.
Nope, sorry.
Okay, Vim's just gonna kind of like look at him and scuttle around, kind of like make a circles, just like really small circles, and looks like he's kind of like whiteboarding, just whiteboarding, and like he just like.
Are you okay there, lad?
He's gonna when Vim moves to the side, you're gonna see a crude sketch on the ground.
What little doodle you have there?
And
what's it supposed to be?
It's hard. It's not easy to make out, but it's supposed to be like, I guess it could look like a large bipedal Pokemon. That looks like almost like a lump of mud. I guess you could say like a walking lump of mud.
Okay, very pretty drawing there, boy.
And Vim's like, you see this?
Yes, I see it right now.
You see this? Where?
Right here. You just drew it.
No. Bigger. Where is it?
I'm sorry, lad. I don't understand. He starts walking away.
Vim's gonna like again catch him, like cut in front of him again.
Oh,
it's
you are a persistent chap, aren't you?
It's like, it's big. And it destroyed my home.
Oh,
lore drop.
Oh.
Notes.
Oh, it's a Pokemon. Oh, I'm sorry, my friend. I completely misunderstood what you were talking about. I'm afraid I do not know that Pokemon, but how about this? I will give you my card. Do you have a card? I don't imagine so. But if you have one, then I can write to you, and if I see this creature in my travels, I will be sure to alert you.
Pulls Cadet, because he's seen Cadet with letters. Pulls Cadet closer.
Yeah, what's up, little fella?
It's like and like he actually like take the card or just passes that information along. It's like give him your information.
I I assume I would have cards being a freelancer, so I will just.
It's true.
hand
You
him
probably.
one.
Well, he takes one of your cards.
We'll have to get some of those made new since we're joining him too. Since
Them can't
And
write.
it.
I'll always take freelancing work.
okay, fair enough.
Well, actually, Chappie, if
Don't
you
die
would
on young.
like some work, I actually could use a little help with a problem. Well, not really a problem, but a job.
I'm
Could always
always.
require some extra muscles. Well, you and your persistent little friend here, I'm in
There's
the
a
market
third.
for extra. Oh, a third. Oh,
Mob is probably
Well, there, I
around
suppose.
still thinking about which way they should go next.
I am
What
trying
are
to
you getting us
transport
into?
this crate here. I'm trying to transport it by train, but I see it as a very valuable object, and how would you like a bit of guard work for the next couple of days?